Well, hello everyone. This is my first videos. I got some life experience teaches. I feel that I can kind of get out on the internet, trying to put my head up so you don't look up the garage. Um, my nose. And again, I apologize. I'm using YouTube to do this, but this is where I'm going to start. I want to talk to you about today some good things, but let's just, like I always start, let's clear ourselves and get to some areas where we're here at this video for a reason. I'm making this for people that will randomly catch videos that they're meant to watch, and you know by hearing that because you're searching for answers or truth. Again, I'm not going to report to you in any way that I'm going to say 100% that you're going to receive help out of this, but again, we all piece the puzzle to the greater picture in our lives. And we all have questions too about what is truth, how does truth operate in my life. And I always have a motto in my life: there's a remedy and recourse to everything in our life. I'm not saying that we all live by an area of negativity or problems or faults. I call them experiences, is what I do, because I be careful in my language when I talk, because your language does wrap around manifestation in your life. And I'm going to talk from a very positive areas, and I will float some of those things that you may be experiencing in your life that may be of a negative fashion, but how to bring a remedy and recourse to them is how you will be led by God, source, Jesus. I'm not going to be here in religious ways or read verses for you. I've been down that path. It has worked in many ways, but there's also some co-optation to keep half of the power out of our hands and not give us the full power. My life has always been, as a child growing up, figuring out the mechanics is why something works. And how do I model that in my life to reproduce an effect that's always in positive value for me and for others. My question to you, if you're here at this video, you're one of two groups. Service to others, most likely, which is yourself, your family, your friends, your children, your dogs, your home, your life, your co-workers, the people you respectively work with in the business realm or your job place. And there's another group, service to themselves. And I don't need to explain what that group's all about. You can kind of ask source what that group is like without having experiences to that group. That's how you word your questioning. Show me what it's like without having an experience to that. In other words, you're just an observer. You're not the one reenacting, and that's a whole different ballgame. I'll get into that word, reenacting. Oh, that's special. Let's start doing a good cleanse, and how I do a good cleanse is this is the way I do it. First of all, by an act of my will, repeat after me, kind of if you want to, or put in your own words how you want to do it. I choose to release all negativity, all electromagnetic interferences in my life right now, whether it be wireless, microwave, cell towers, weapon towers, which are like cell towers, any form of high microwave weaponry used against us through this technology, or wireless electric meters stuck to our home, Wi-Fi devices, cell phones, and tablets and routers, and also TVs. And I just choose to release that from all of my bodies, and I'm going to see each body for you so you can repeat after them. You have a physical body, you have a mental body, you have an emotional body, you have a soulful body, you have a spiritual body, you have an energetical body, and you have a causality body. I'm probably missing one of them, so you may put it in the comments, whatever. You can put it down there. But I'll act on my will. I choose to release all of those interferences from all those bodies right now. I also choose to release any waveforms of negativity that came at me through any individuals that I have met, talked to, or unknowingly have come in their sphere of influence. And I also remove any negativity from myself by an act of my will, and I loose that from me, from all of my bodies. And I also, in an area of my life, I choose to forgive myself of anything I've said against myself today and this week. And I choose to forgive others that I may have projected a feeling or emotion toward at that time, and letting it go. And by an act of my will, I loose all those things from me at this time. I release them back, and I break the contracts to anything I agree by doing this. I renounce any ground that I've given over to anything that is negatively impacting my life, emotions, physicality, spirituality, soulful, energetically, causality, or mentally at this time. And I take those things right now, and I take all that ground, and I place it at the true cross, not the crosses on churches. That's a death cross. I'm going to explain what a true cross is. It is this and that with a circle around it. Okay? It's a positive symbol. That's the true cross. That's the true energetic of mother, feminine energy, masculine energy coming together to make a true son. Okay? And that's a whole different ballgame. But that's what I put in my prayer by releasing that back to the true cross and renouncing that ground I've given over in agreement. I let go of that ground, and I choose by an act of my will to loose that from all of my bodies right now. And I loose everything. Then I take a deep breath. Now, as you're going back, you can pause and repeat. Write it down. Pencil and paper. Use pencil because you don't have to scratch it out with a pen. You can just erase it and rewrite it. But you can pause, go back, repeat. Write it in your own words. Write whatever you're dealing with today in your family. This is an effect. If you do this on a daily basis, it will improve many areas of your life. I will also tell you this. You will get some kickback because things that have been surrounding you, you think they're friends, unknown spiritual entities. I'm not going to call them by name. You call what you want. Everybody likes to give names to some things. They like to compartmentalize, and that's probably my talk here today about compartmentalizing and how bad that is at times. Don't focus so much on it. You give too much of your chi and your prana away. So don't give something a name, because then it gives it its power, because you focused on it. Just call it negativity. Lump it in a general circle. You don't have to sit there and, oh, this is this, and that's that, and that's got a name over here. It's what energy of those two groups, like I talked at the beginning of the actual video, where they're coming from. Service to self or service to others. What part of the darkish or the lightish you in? You're in sunlight or you're in the fuller light. Okay? Get rid of the duality. That's another video we're going to talk about. Now we did the cleansing prayer here. Let's open this up to what I had a conversation with my brother about. Take a 30,000 feet view. You get a better look at the lay of the land, because then you kind of understand how your house operates. And what house am I talking about? This thing, this whole body system you live in. Physicality, mental, spiritually, energetically, emotionally, everything, those things I just went through for you. Learn how it operates for yourself. First in Jerusalem, then in Samaria, then the outermost parts. This is Jerusalem, if you want to get in the biblical term. Yes, I was raised Christian, and I'm not going to Christianese you to death with all those terms. If you feel that you need to do that, that's your grid. That's fine. You operate off of that. That's how you pretty much understand. Everybody has to have paint by colors to understand things. You simplistically help you understand that. When you get the bigger picture, you don't have to use paint by colors as much, because you're not right or left brain. You're pretty much uncompartmentalized, and you're using both hands. You've kind of brought them together. That's down the road. So essentially, you want to mind, body, soul, spiritual, emotional, etherical, energetically, and causality, manifestation. Call it what it is. And you loosed all of those things, and you cleansed it, okay? And that's a good thing to do it on a daily basis, the beginning of your morning, and then at the end of your day when you go to bed. So you're not going to bed with it. And then forgiveness is such a good key. Always bring it to day. And then what I do is I always lock myself back into something, because if you release it, you got to replace it. It's up clean. Let's put the chairs back and the couches in the right place and the pictures hanging up. So, you know, energetically it looks nice, and aesthetically too, it looks pleasing. I bless myself with the purest form of love, light, and source energy. Now I'm going to explain that you are an emanation of true source energy. God the Father. Again, I'm not telling you to take away your words and what comfort level you want to talk to that being that everything came from, beginning and end. Don't think linear. Be careful that you think in circular form. Linear is how this world operates. You're born, you live, and you die. You're an eternal being. Start thinking circular. This is not the only lifetime that you've lived. And you've probably asked that question more or less. Everything is frequency, resonance, sound, or pulse of energy. Particles? Nah. Again, it can be manifested into material, but it's a frequency in material. You are a manifestation of frequency in material. And if you don't want to believe that, look it up on there. There's a couple companies out now, years ago on London. They took DNA and they found it resonated with a song. Again, I'm not going to Bibles or any other thing, is that stuff is already here. We're just starting to understand it because it's been snowballed. Before I read this, let's talk about what a deception is. And this is very powerful because you'll know if you have deception in your life. It is a half of a truth mixed with half of a lie. And they bring the two together and they mix it up and they make a deception. Oh, that feels good to me. It resonates with my body. It resonates with my frequency. It must be right. So I'm going to attach my yes and amen to it, agree to it, and we just did all that releasing to all that crap. I'm going to make a belief and a faith out of it, so that way every morning I wake up, I've already yes and amen on all of those bodies that I just went through, that I resonate every day with it, that I continue down this path, not gaining traction, not wondering why I can't manifest things that I really have deep stuck in my heart, or, you know, the core surface of who I am and what I'm meant to do, that I never can attach to it because you've been given a deception. And in my life, I've unpeeled the onion, and now things are starting to really manifest. And as I go through these videos, I'll kind of go through that. This is about life experiences with me too. Is everything perfect? Am I perfect? No, we're never perfect. What is perfect? By your definition. Remember, by your perception and definition, what is perfection? Not by Webster's dictionary. Oh, I'm going to go on to Wikipedia and tell you you're wrong, or go to Webster's. Listen, you are a body with a spiritual body, an emotional body. We're all in this together. Let's all work together. We're not here against each other. So let's have fun, piecing the puzzle together and getting the 30,000 feet view. You might have something for me. I may have something for you. It's all good. Okay. Let's start with the Library of Alexander, because I'm going to make this real quick as this little snippet for you today. Library of Alexander was burnt down for one reason only. Because it held the great knowledge and understanding of mankind's history, and here's the word, anthropological. Look it up. Anthropological history is something a lot of people don't study because it actually tells you the real truth. Not biblical history, anthropological history. Now, biblical history with anthropological history can define the Bible. Yeah, I know it can. And I'm not here against one or the other. All stuff leads to the road of somewheres that we all came from. That's the main source of truth and light and love and source. So that some has taken it and co-opted it to make it to their own road. Let that sink in. See where the deception comes in? We've all been compartmentalized into schools, churches, press, news, life, bring up, cultures, language, arts. I mean, I can go down the major ones. Money, way of living. I'm raised, I must have a family, I got to do this, I got to do that, I need to retire at this time, I need to do that. But we never really understand other than the compartmentalization. The Library of Alexandria held a lot of truths anthropologic to mankind in all of those bodies that we just released and how we operate with each one and how each one synchronistically operates with each other. When you bring unity to something, it unifies, it has more power to it. When you separate it and its different components, it's never together, and it can't really kind of get to the place where its true function comes from, form and function. So you kind of just took those frequencies and just kind of just pulled them apart. So none of them can communicate, and that's how they do it through colleges, through medicine, through all this stuff. And I'm talking about, there's a group of people, I'm not going to give names again, that wanted to do that, and they've kind of like taken that power that was way back thousands of years ago of an age and pull that away from us. So we would just have deception and we'd only be operating in somewhat of our power. Why am I doing these videos now? Because this is about, and yeah, we can go on about QAnon and all this stuff and the Great Awakening. It's wonderful. It's just an actual manifestation of what was meant for this age. Some of us are just waking up because energetically we're just waking up. Oh, I see 1111, I see 1010, I see all these different numbers, and we're going all of that. The thing is, what I'm trying to understand is you're coming to a place of awakening, and it's good. Take this journey. Don't be afraid of it. Don't force run it. Just know that you're on a path. It's a good path, and enjoy the path. And you won't fall off the path. If you ride 10 miles a bike, you fall off. Did you go back to the beginning of where you rode 10 miles? No, you keep getting back on the bike and you ride more. So you just stay on the path. Sometimes you take a break, and you need that. But the thing is, what I'm talking today is compartmentalization in our lives is now coming back to a formation of oneness, wholeness, and true consciousness. No deceptions, no lies, no half-truths. True understandings. That you come into that place. And it's kind of interesting. Here's a little research you can do. Go back to the native Indians in America. Any native Indian that you see, especially the Indians over in Australia, they call them aboriginals. Really? Here we go, Gal. Be careful of the language you use. Ab means non-original. They are original. They were there first. First in the sense of 5,000 years ago. So someone's there 5,000 years ago, anthropologically, they must have understanding how this thing works. And how it works with nature, the universe, the stars, energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, all those things. And are they going to have an agenda to compartmentalize? No, they had community, and they had oral traditions they passed down to their kids. They had community and unity. Remember I talked about unification instead of separation into little groups? Unity helps bring an organism and help it thrive, because one person might have a piece of the puzzle, like we're talking today, and another person may not. But that person can bring the puzzle together and then make something greater out of it. So my point to you today is start researching about unifying your bodies, cleansing them and unifying them, not allowing things to disrupt them or separate them through experiences that may not work out to what you are coming in the place of doing good works of manifesting it. And I'm going to take that word, and it's used in the Bible a lot, because a lot of these Christians will come on and say, oh, it's doing good works. Doing good works is cleaning the house and bringing in truth again, love and light and source energy, and then letting this thing then to come together, because you don't have that bad frequencies anymore. Things will then start to come back together, and start to unify, and automatically it does its own magic. You're like, well, I had a revelation yesterday. You may have a revelation after you do this prayer a couple of times. You might, oh my God, I didn't see that, because things were separating and not bringing the unification of the full 30,000 foot view. I'm more about the 30,000 foot view for a lot of people, because it helps bring better understanding, and it kind of fast forwards you a little bit. Again, I don't make promises. This is not about promises. This is about giving you what I was doing in my life that may be a help for you. It may be. May not. Who knows? That's okay. Yes, I know. You see the cross in the back of the wall. That was given by a friend, and the praying hands on the wall. That was given by a friend. But that's through life experiences, and they hold special places as a gift. A whole different story, but let's not get sidetracked here. Unification of those things I talked about: mind, body, soul, spirit, emotional, energetically, etherically, and causality. Do the cleansing, fill it with love and light, and source energy each day, and watch the revelation come about that you put already in your grid, and then it'll expound even more. You'll be like, what the hell am I reading this book for? Why am I watching that video? Oh my God, I never knew the song said that before. That's really negative, and I was listening to it. I don't like that music anymore. Things will start to really come, and actually what it does is the cleansing effect, peeling of the onion. And all of a sudden you'd be like, man, I'd really like to have that, and ding dong, doorbell rings and this shows up. It's like, that's scary. It's just manifested, because you're actually bringing unification, allowing this thing manifest here on this beautiful planet we call Earth, okay? And have the magic of everything work for us in a way of service to others, true light, serving others, yourself first, Jerusalem, and then you serve others. So again, they killed off most of the Indians because they knew they were about unification, teaching and passing down oral traditions of this understanding that I have now given to you today in my experiences. And we're going to go more in depth about it. The next video, which I'm going to do, is on actually real good importance, so I had to put on here so I remind myself, is, are you in a sense of abundance or a sense of lack? And that's a really good one. So hold on to your seat on that one. Lucifer is about lack, and we can go into that, but, you know, again, I don't like to give names because really, you know, he's a numbnut. I mean, whatever you call it. You can call it what you want. All right, and, you know, I go back to True Source. I call it True Source because I will find the name one day, and I've had that experience with the Father and Father God and all that, and I still do today. But again, it's how we relate to that energy, and it relates back to us. It's reciprocal. It's not linear. That's the difference between abundance and lack. Linear. Okay? We all base ourselves upon needs. And here's a little snippet of what our next talk will be about lack and abundance. You drive a car, but you pay for gas. We have to fill a need, okay? But we have to pay for gas. But we're never given free energy. So that causes us to continue to work to pay for gas. And then I have to go to work to pay for the car, but we're not given free energy. So I can expand and help bring unity to our fellow mankind and be service to others, okay? But I have to be service to them. and to them alone, because they're service to themselves. Because they're never service to us. They never serve us. We serve them. See the two groups I told you about? So in that sense, service to themselves is not about unity, because that would bring abundance in a circular pattern and would get rid of the linear, the Luciferian action. Okay? Cleanse yourself from the linear perspective of life through the prayer, so that you come in a world of abundance on a consistent basis without difficulty. That you can manifest and not compartmentalize everything in your life, how it operates. Let the whole house operate. Sometimes it gets dirty and you got to do some weekend cleaning. That's okay. And you get angry at your mate. Forgive him, let go. Loose it. Loose it from all your bodies. Don't hold on to anything. Don't give room for things just to sit there and fester, for frequency. Let your true DNA, the true frequency of you, which is love and light and source energy, always sing with truth and no deception. And we just cleanse all that deception out. So now you get to sing with truth all day long. You'll have a better day. You'll feel better emotionally. You'll feel better about yourself. You're not going to feel better like, I'm better than that person. No, it's not about that. It's about feeling better. Okay? You found a truth, share it with another person. Great. So I'm going to leave it at that. And we'll go back into the lack and abundance in the next video. I like to do a blessing prayer for you today, so we're going to do a blessing real quick. There's a lot of good mantras on there, and I would tell you, here's another thing, Indian, again, community, they know some history. I can't ever say the word, the real old book before the Bible, anthropologically speaking, mantras hold frequencies, and frequencies are important. Again, you're not worshiping something, but you're honoring the perspective of that form and function of what the mantra does for you and how it gives you the ability to be service to others by living in love and light and source energy in a circular pattern, because it's never going to rob you. If it doesn't rob you, it's not robbing you with a sense of lack. Okay? So it's giving you the ability to be abundant. Use the tools. You got a tool shed, go use them. Do the work. And then you'll see the reaping of your blessings. And they're already there. You just got to learn how to cleanse this thing out, get into the community, get into unity, and operate. Your body needs to be in community and unity. Your mind needs to be operating. Your soul, your spiritual, all those bodies they talk about. Go back, write notes. That's why this video is here for you. I bless you with purest form of love and light, and hold on to your chi and prana energy for your family, for your loved ones, for yourself, and for your sphere of influence that you are allowed to operate at this time, to not only bless you, but to protect you that you don't become drained. Reach only out with what you are expected to reach out when you are given favor, grace, and mercy to do it. If you don't feel that feeling, let the energy of this universe and source energy will help that. Because let me tell you, there's a greater love that is higher than what we have right now in ourselves, and we need to tie into that. So don't overwhelm yourself to give out too much than what you already are, I wouldn't even use the word expected, to operate in. And you will see that you, through this prayer at the beginning, will be benefiting from it. So I just bless you with the understanding of this video and the revelation of it. And I bless you again with the purest form of love and light and source energy. And you have a wonderful, awesome, glorious, beautiful, sunny day. And I'm going to switch up the camera, but I'll show you a little bit of the day. Ignore the back of the property. I haven't had a chance to clean it, but this is the sunroom. So I don't know if you can kind of just see the beautiful sky out there today and all the beauty of it. Anyway, I'm in the sunroom today. So, again, love you all, and we'll do another good, awesome video. Hopefully I'll do a better recording that you don't get to look up my nostrils. Apologize for it, but I just couldn't let this one go anymore. Bless you all. Bye-bye.